Auditioning. Thug number one, thug number two.
Slaves.
Prostitute.
There's always the hustle.
Literate basketball players.
Mary had a little lamb.
The thug.
The only narrative that they understand of black life is drug addict, drug dealer, gang member.
I was the hottest black actor in the world after Boys and I. There were people clamoring to work with this young sensation as long as he did the roles they wanted him to do, which were street kids.
I had been in this thing that is a masterpiece of American cinema, and nobody gave a shit. They really didn't give a fuck.
I auditioned for my first pimp part. My mother's all proud. You know, be the best pimp you can be. The whole church is praying for me.
Let's pray that Brother Robert gets the role of Silky Good Dick. The film is called Holes on the Stroll. It sounds like a musical.
And then that's when the filmmaker was born. I said, man, we can't let Hollywood tell our stories. We got to tell our own stories. They'll make us do anything and everything. And these images travel around the world.
They have a perception of us that ultimately is false.
Hey, what's good, YouTube? It's your man Ronan back with another one. And want to send a shout out to A Game Nation, all to my veterans across the board. Salute to you guys. Hope you guys are doing okay, taking care of business. We already know we play the game. Hurry up and wait. And all subscribers, both new and old, welcome. Hope you guys are also having a great day. You already know, hit the notification bell for future videos. Now, today, this is a video that's long overdue, so I'm going to take my time with this, but I want to start off with the title. This is the intro to Dollar Tree elitism. Now, there's a reason why I've been saying it for a little while. I've been looking to do this, but given recent events, especially in the few years I've seen, especially, this is long overdue. Now, let's talk about the definition of elitism. It's a noun, the attitude or behavior of a person or group who regard themselves as belonging to an elite. The advocacy or existence of an elite as a dominant element in a system or society. Now, with that definition, you would explain the fart and shit situation. You will see a lot of these individuals doing the whole Pookie and Ray Ray wars, the regimented lane versus, said degenerate. And mainly it's over punani politics. Let's really look at this in an honest fashion. And many times over, respective and out of respect, you see the list of labels here, as you can peruse for yourself. You have incels, PUAs, dating coaches, the pimps and players, ITMOR, SYSBM, MGTOW, men's rights activists, red pill, blue pill, purple pill, pink pill, what have you. When you have Dollar Tree elitism, which means you have individuals who have very little to no power, you often use your labels to further expose your labia. And this is why I'm talking to the males in general in this instance. Now, granted, I understand being in this space since late 2007, why certain groups have been formed. If you are an avid student of how this space moves and grows, and respectively, I respect a lot of brothers who have their different stances and whatnot. That's what's up. We'll have many conversations with those brothers for the most part. Most of them cordial. Others, if it's not, I keep my fucking distance. However, when we've degraded this space what it originally was. We're talking about 1.0. We're talking about men who were brought here because of societal issues and conflicts. We were supposed to be talking about opposing environment, learning how to use our respective gifts, understanding, and education to solve problems, exercise the four P's in a constructive fashion to where we can basically unfuck ourselves as a collective. Talking about provision, protection, problem solving, and procreation. However, sometime after 1.0, Dollar Tree elitism began to rear its ugly head. And you have individuals who want to claim whatever party they want to choose, whether they want to be a magocrat or a conservative incel, whatever, party member. All across the board, every man has a respective mind. He has his respective vision and direction. However, when you talk about brotherhood, you take those masculine differences, hash them out in a respective fashion, but stay head first in the mission, taking care of us, seeking agency for us. Many times over, I have placed the whole thing about the Black Manosphere report card, which seems to be something of a hotbed issue that most men don't want to touch. While you got these individuals bickering, fighting over being able to deal with punani politics, revenge sex, fucking having threesomes with plastic dolls, whatever the fuck. All of us are catching hell with these little fuck games online. All my veterans know when you are in the service, yeah, you're part of a branch. You represent your branch. And yes, there's a whole heap of shit that goes in there, especially when you're in the, in the military theater or civilian theater. However, you rely heavily on system, order, and structure. Despite all the bullshit, you know what it is. We got to get the mission done. We got to fight the right fights and get the fuck home. We'll handle that bullshit later. However, I'm going to stay here when it comes to Dollar Tree elitism. When I speak on Dollar Tree elitism, the same SOS you see is worded and ran different. Let's take the first S. We talk about systems. A system is a set of components, elements, and parts connected to one another to achieve a specific goal, which I referred to earlier, talking about 1.0 was supposed to be talking about imposing environment, helping to fight for our families, agency for ourselves, a sense of direction, leading to order, where we keep things on point. When you have brothers like the Detroit 300, who were thwarted by some bonnet-wearing bitches and other entities who did not want order, because that leads to job security at much to our detriment, destroying our legacies, destroying our reputation, our appearance. Then we talk about structure. When it comes to structure, structure is the foundation of and relations between the elements or parts of something complex. When we're talking about dealing with those systemic issues on the report card, which is in real time, you have individuals who want to claim certain titles or flapping their wallets, no different than labia, and birthing nothing. You have other individuals who profit off of incel income. We're talking about individuals who can get access to ass, but they find innovative ways to fuck each other and themselves out of sound opportunities to create legacies and make their money and their time count. So when I talk about the 3 S's, instead of system, what you get is sloth, avoiding action or labor, or spiritual apathy and activity. Now, when it comes to the problems at hand, we speak on problem solving. We talk about the 4 P's and whatnot. We've offered the whole things about making importance on your time, gauging if people, male or female, are worth the toll. And if they don't pass the sniff test on either of those, they're definitely not worth the trouble nor the threat level that they bring. However, you have individuals who will continuously make excuses or procrastinate in the areas that we need to unfuck. So when it comes down to it, every year we present the problems. And by the end of the year, you have all these nonsensical blowouts, which happens to be a holiday and event celebrating the failure of yet another year, another dead opportunities and dead brothers along the way. But here we are here twerking on cyberspace, which is ridiculous. Now the other the O, instead of order, you have this obstinance, the quality or state of being obstinate, the quality or state of being difficult to remedy, relieve, or subdue. Now I want to hold on to this because everyone has gone through red pill rage. We get it, myself included. A lot of us have been brought to this space in other similar spaces due to similar traumas, how society has found many ways to rupture, interrupt, or destroy not just us, but those around us. However, when it comes to being solution-oriented, what I've seen in my time in this space and beyond is when you have brothers out there who have information, trades, opportunities to present brothers, you have a lot of these obstinate motherfuckers who will take a battle-hardened stance to sit there and sacrifice everything for a hint of keyboard clout, the sniff of some cyberspace panties, and the determination and the willingness to fight to retain this space and the brothers within it as a cyberspace concentration camp. When you look at a lot of these channels or the activity in this said space and beyond, how is this any different than seeing an extended version of Hogan's Heroes? Now, I want to say to all my veterans, we've seen that show where you got Colonel Klink and the rest of guys out there running around and pissing off the people in the camp, and they're like, and people speak on the plantation. True. However, we're talking about the internal plantation. Instead of out here haggling for cyberspace panties or access to a lot of these hard-footed harlots who will not fucking squirt in your direction, because most guys remain obstinate in their mediocrity. They want to monetize bullshit. They want to talk about circular topics, be panel possums, being spiritually impaired mules of provision, in spite of the numerous warnings that many brothers who want to see better, not just for themselves, but all of us as a collective. But you have people who will take a battle-hardened stance to remain mediocre and then figure they're going to be grandfathered into greatness or between some rotten crotch. This plays into the veterans too, because number one, you're a target. And if you take heed to a lot of these internet idols and a lot of these water carriers and bone carriers out here who will sit there and French kiss the taints of these self-serving cyberspace locked motherfuckers, that is making you a part of the problem, because you're nothing more than an income base to people who want to see you busted and broken, remain broken. It's no different than Big Pharma. The money's in the medicine. But in this space and similar, the money's in the mediocrity. Then we get to the last part. Instead of structure, it's sabotage. Destructive or obstructive action carried on by a civilian or enemy agent to hinder a nation's war effort. Deliberate subversion. Now, this one really hits home, because being in this space since late 2007, I'll say again, how many times have we seen individuals tiptoe and millie rock into this space and help promote the idea that subversion is a professional sport? You get a lot of these keyboard Klansmen, a lot of these snack supremacists talking about nonsensical issues, playing one brother against the other. And see, a lot of these guys, what I want to sit there and say, you have a lot of these Wi-Fi war hawks who get off on playing both sides, because when it comes to war efforts, the motherfucker in the middle, the arms dealer, is going to make their money either way. This says a lot about that individual. Instead of seeing the organic growth and promotion of the space, and there's a whole band of brothers across the board who have a whole a plethora of information that will help elevate us respectively, get us on point financially, get us on point socially, spiritually, and so on. You have motherfuckers around you who let it be known that there's a lot of snakes who do more than hissing. They'll call you brother. They'll even hug, but if you listen very carefully, you can hear that tongue hissing, like real softly. Backhanded compliments. Sometimes their energy and their presence gives you fucking gas, and you wonder why. Because they're too busy gassing you up for a trip that you don't need to take, often to the cliff to leading to your fucking destruction. Some individuals get comfortable with the idea of wanting to put a hand up your ass and want you to talk, their bullshit talking points or their stances through your voice. But see, when we're talking about Dollar Tree elitism, this is you allowing yourself to be a puppet of convenience. We talking about SOS in the backwards way. That's the lost value system in real time. Every brother you want to claim does not always relate to the mission nor you. See, some individuals are very dim with their masculine light. Sometimes they do have a bright light, sometimes a neon pink, a fry truck red. You have to use your foresight and your intuition to not just see what you're seeing, because yeah, we are visual, but you have to see things as they really are. This is about spiritual warfare. And when you speak on doing the right things, moving in the right direction, you're going to run into a lot more chaos than anything. You're going to have people who are going to test your mettle. When I'm talking about Dollar Tree elitism, you need to worry about what's on your plate. Now, it's good to have a healthy understanding and empathy for a brother out there, because there might be a brother listening right now who's on using McDonald's Wi-Fi, or he's at a library trying to understand what's his next move. Who can I come to help me in my time of need, because I'm all fucked up out here. But see, that is part of the mission we need to stick to if we're talking about dismissing Dollar Tree elitism. No one gives a shit about the things that you got to rent, lease, or buy, because there's far too many people living their best lie in real time, instead of adding light, motivation, and growth in the lives of other brothers. That's why I've always said an educated lame nor effective leader cannot occupy the same time nor space effectively. See, when you're able to be an effective leader, you don't rely on the crutch that is Dollar Tree elitism. You don't rely on the external to validate what you lack in the internal. Because when you do that, you are wearing a mask. The emperor not only has no clothes, but the thing is, he didn't wipe his ass either, because he's too busy shitting on himself and thinking he's making progress. Your internal bowel movements is a movement, but it doesn't do shit. It doesn't make shit for any of us who are looking to be better, survive, and do better, especially in the times that we're walking into blindly. So I want to say this in closing. Fellas, it always takes a pussy to expose and control one. And I've said this many a times. But when it comes to you walking the straight and narrow, getting up every fucking day, and taking every measured step to secure the wins and gain that momentum to be a better man, a version of yourself, getting not just into the gym, but getting into here and fixing this, unfucking the problems we deal with, limiting our debt, acquiring property, putting weight on our name, surrounding ourselves with solid brothers who can breathe life into us and not siphon it out of us. You will start to see not just the greatness that is manifesting within you and meant to, but you won't be a regimented lane who has to rely on bullshit labels to further expose not just your labia, but your limitations. So with that, I salute you guys. Let me know in the comment section what you think, because I'm going to go a little bit further into this because this is long fucking overdue. And as you can see, with my mindset and what I'm feeling right now, not only do I have to get this out in a constructive fashion, but I'm tired of muting myself to appease the hearts of tissue soft motherfuckers who want to sit there and hide in the dark while dragging their nuts in the background and thinking fucking they're solid. I'm just saying this in general because I've seen this in my lifetime, not just in the service, but outside the service. Your weight, your words have to have weight. Your words should be your bond, how you move. Now, the thing is, I have stopped doing certain things because I need to recollect myself and move forward in a constructive fashion. This is what I'm encouraging my brothers to do. So with that being said, you already know. Hit me up at genuinearticle75@gmail.com. If you're a veteran, you want to chop it up. If there's anything, I'll do what I can to help. If I don't have the answers, I'll lead you to some people who can. That's what brothers are supposed to do. And as always, never allow your comfort zone to become your coffin.